This week I'm struggling. It's only Tuesday. It's March 21st. And I still hate everybody and everything. I'm feeling like I'm feeling emotionally just overwhelmed. I don't know if it is a combination of me being frustrated, me being tired, me being over my job and being hormonal, or if it's just me being hormonal. But I just could not get it together today. I hate everything. Like, I just did not want to be where I was all day. Just wanted to be left alone, don't want to be bothered. And law of attraction, typically when I feel like this, everybody wants to just fuck with me. So I finally called LIC just to get a better idea of like how the transfer cycle goes and what exactly they're looking for in the monitoring appointments. And I spoke to a nurse and she did confirm that in that monitoring cycle there are 3 to 4 appointments, and each time they're simply checking hormone levels and the lining thickness, the endometrial lining thickness. It has to be at an 8 millimeter or thicker, which I don't think that's going to be a problem. So that's very clear. My second question was, at what point do I do the testing or the diagnostics, if you will, for my uterus to see, what's going on in there before they transfer? And I'm kicking myself because the SIS, which is the saline infusion sonogram, it's actually not sonogram, it's a whole other long word, but it's basically a sonogram, the ultrasound. That is one of the main tests along with the HSG. It's all having to do with the saline or a dye to kind of brighten up any abnormalities, or just to make sure that the uterus is good to go, the uterine cavity is good to go, free from any like artifacts or fibroids or anything like that. Well, that is built into the process. It's part of IVF to check that, and it's usually done ahead of time. And I was asked to complete this, or to figure out if I was going to do that with them or with another doctor. I remember this early on. It was a part of my checklist of requirements, and I declined to do it again because I had already done it with the previous clinic here in Arizona. I did not understand what it was exactly, and why that was a part of the requirement, because it was kind of presented as like a baseline appointment, and I had already done that, so I didn't understand why I would need to do that again. So I sent them all of my records from the previous clinic and the previous IVF cycle that I did to them so that they could review it and what have you. Well, that was last year, and it made sense for me to, it made sense for me the summer of 2022 to decline it because I had just had it done the previous year in 2021 at my baseline appointment, and that led to the surgeries for me to remove the fibroids and all the things. So 2 years later, I didn't do it, and it's probably the best idea now, 2 years later, to see if any of the fibroids that were not removed in my surgery in 2021 have grown, if they are in the lining at all, or if they're in the uterine cavity, if any of the endometriosis has gotten there. I just don't know what's going on. Nobody has checked it since July of 2021. I don't know how fast this stuff grows in my body. I understand the statistics in general for everybody else. You want to try and have your surgeries, your procedures, and then get pregnant within the same year because it can come back pretty quick. I don't know how fast this stuff is developing in my body. So I'm kicking myself with that. Even more so because she says that the SIS test and or HSG tests need to be done before the transfer, obviously, right? But it's not like I can get the test done right now while I'm still in my 10-day med window, and then when my cycle starts in 4 or 5 days, then I can just proceed with the transfer. The dye and the saline, she said, affects the lining of the uterus. So I would have to do the test this cycle and then wait for the transfer on my next cycle, which is a whole other month. That's the end of April. That's if I were to choose to do the test. If I don't choose to do the test, I can go ahead and do the transfer. If I do choose to do the test, I still have to wait until my cycle starts, because that's when the lining is the thinnest, I guess, and they can get the clearest picture. I also would have to decide if I want LIC to do the test or if I want to find an OBGYN here in Arizona to do it, if they even do that. That's a whole other thing. I don't know. I do know. I guess I just did not expect to be here right now. And I've just been focusing so much on everything else that something like finding a new OBGYN, because the one that I started this whole thing with back in 2020 up and moved to Florida. She's been gone for a while. And so I have not found a replacement for her yet. Just so much. I'm so frustrated because I don't want to wait a whole other month in order to do the transfer. I don't. I want to do it now. I'm already on meds right now to prepare me for this transfer. I don't want to wait. I'm not in any rush, but I don't want to wait anymore. I've been patient. I've waited long enough. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I have the best chance of implantation with this one embryo. That's all that I have is one. It just sucks. It sucks. And it sucks that I can't just do this with an ultrasound. But I still might try, because honestly, when I had my first surgery to have one small fibroid removed, it was submucosal. That was kind of what also started this whole thing with my OB that moved. They were able to find that with an ultrasound only. I didn't do a saline anything or a dye anything. That was way before I even started the IVF thing. They were able to find that with just an ultrasound. So I'm strongly considering going to the practice, the women's practice where she used to work, and just having another doctor see if they can find anything with the transvaginal ultrasound. That will give me an idea if I need to like seriously pump my brakes and get stuff taken care of, which I would hate that, because that's not a quick thing. Like, that is months of a delay. Or if, you know, everything looks as decent as possible on the ultrasound and I can just continue and not waste any more time. I have to go through all of my surgery notes from 2021 because the 11 fibroids that they removed and the endometriosis, I don't know where those were located. I don't know where those were located. And that will also give me a better idea if also I need to take this more seriously, because those 11 fibroids were located close to the uterine cavity, or like more like in the part of the lining that we don't want anything to show up. If they were removed from that area, then I know that I need to just hold the fuck on, wait, take care of things, get tests, and just make sure that I have the best chance. But if it's not, like, I'm seriously considering I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna continue with the transfer. It just sucks. I hate this. I hate this so much. One, because this all could have been done already had I understood, like, really, truly the point of it. I could have just done it. But I was trying to save money in the beginning because I didn't know how all of this was going to work. And so I was like, why would I do a test that I've already done? I'll send you the results. But I did not realize what it was for. I didn't realize how much longer it was going to take. And, you know, with every day, things grow and change, and all the hormones that I've been taking, I don't know if there's something in there. It is likely to grow because of the meds. Hormones feed fibroids and things and cause growth. So that's that. I gotta figure some shit out. I hate my job. I'm tired of people and their attitude, and I just want to be in here. The rainy weather and just the clouds and everything have nothing to do with my mood. It's everything else. I couldn't wait to get here just to sit on this couch and just be relaxed. I'm just so tired of people, which makes me think like my mood is hormonal, because there isn't anything anyone can say or do to make me feel better. Everybody's just pissing me off for no reason. And I hate that the hormones affect me so much now. I never had this before. I'm having it now, and I hate it. And I will continue to say that every single time. Like, I'm not even on my cycle. Like, I still have 4 or 5 days before that happens, but tonight will be night 6. So yeah, 4 or 5 more days. I don't know if it's gonna start the day after or 2 days after, but tonight will be night 6 of me being on estrase and Provera. And I really think that it's kicking my ass, because I'm starting to break out all over, not just my face, but I'm breaking out all over, and I hate people. So, and I'm just eating everything I want, sweets and chips. Frustrated. Yeah, that's it. Hi. It's Wednesday, March 29th. And Nothing's happening. I'm in the car, but I'm on my break at home. I'm not driving or traveling. Um, I feel good. I feel great actually today. I'm having a really good Wednesday, and I hope that I can finish the day on this positive, feel good note. Um, it is like, was it 5? The 5th day after my last pill. Like I had the 10 days of meds, right? After my egg retrieval. And then after those meds, then I'm supposed to start my cycle. That way I can move on and start the transfer cycle. And it hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting. I think that this is killing me, waiting for my body to naturally do what it's going to do. And it's been 5 days. I feel like I'm going crazy waiting for that when that's not really the real challenge. The real challenge is the freaking 2-week wait. It's going to drive me nuts. Initially, I was just like, what is it about people like not being able to wait 2 weeks? It's just 2 weeks. Like, that's nothing. Like, you can do it. I understand now. And I haven't even gotten there yet. The 2 weeks is going to be difficult. So, that should be interesting. I hear voices, but I don't see them. Oh, there they go, back there behind me. Yeah, still nothing yet. This is like the biggest test of my patience that I've ever had. Not just this, but like the whole IVF process. It is just one step, wait a long time. Next step, wait a long time. Oh, I'm just so excited and ready to be to the next step, but I'm trying to just not rush the process. I'm currently enjoying the process.